Hello and welcome to another weekly crafting vlog. We are heading into the second week of half term. So in my last video you would have seen me cast on the Tolsta tee and I would have spoken about it in my podcast. But yeah, this is the progress. So you can see here where my raglan increases are, and I have done German short rows. Basically German short rows makes it sit a bit higher at the back of the neck so that when you pick up the top you know where the front and back is, and it just fits nicer. I've learnt so much so far. The Tolsta tee is by Rebecca Clow, and yeah, I've done some of the ribbing and I'm doing the raglan increases now. So yeah, that's where I'm up to so far and I'm liking this. I'm using dropped baby merino. I've gone past the German short row section and now I am working on just the raglan increases. So there's a row one.
Don't worry. I'll fix that when I come in.
So there's a row one where you knit all the way round, and then there's a row two where you do the
Mum!
And then there's a row two where you do the raglan
Mummy.
increases. Excuse me.
So
yeah, I'm just on the bit where I just knit all the way round. I have ordered on Wool Warehouse some more yarn, as if I haven't got enough, hey. Anyway, I've ordered more yarn. And I have also ordered, so I've got some interchangeable needles, and this one here is plastic. I don't quite like the plastic, so I've ordered some metal ones in the 3.5mm, and I don't know if you can see, but this cable that I'm using is too big, so I've literally stretched the stitches onto it. Obviously I am increasing, so hopefully that will get better as I increase. However, I have ordered I think it's a 40cm interchangeable needle, so that I have got a shorter cable that I can use when I'm doing this sort of project again. So I'm going to count this as my first ever knitted t-shirt, because it is. Obviously I started the SAT first and it has got some lace details on the shoulder, and yeah, I was finding myself going on YouTube to, you know, look up the different terms every time I come across that in the pattern, so it wasn't really getting there and I needed full concentration. So I decided to start the Tolsta tee because that was one on my list to make. It's working up really well, and to be honest with you, I did have to YouTube some of the terms, but what I did was I wrote them down on a piece of paper, how to like make one right, make one left, make one right purlwise, make one left purlwise, and then along the bottom I have written basically how to do German short rows on the knit and purl side, even though I think it's basically the same. It's just where you hold your yarn is a bit different, whether you sort of bring it round to the front or keep it in the back once you've done your double stitch. But yeah, it's going really well and I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning new techniques and I'm finding every time I come across the raglan increase, although I'm referring to what I've written down, I am slowly remembering how to do like a make one right, make one left, whether it's, you know, picking up that middle stitch from the front or the back. Yeah, I'm slowly getting there. Yeah, I'll continue just to knit round and make some progress. Progress. So you can see how this is the front and then the German short rows at the back to make it slightly bigger. So the back of the neck will sit higher than the front. But yeah, you can see my raglan increases here. So that's where the shoulder is. And then on the other side is the other shoulder. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. knitting update, and I've done quite a lot on the Tolsta tee. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so I thought I'd show you some progress. So this is the Tolsta tee, as I've said before. Yeah, it's a basic raglan construction t-shirt, and I'm really liking how it's turning out. You can see my raglan increases, and I did share a little picture on Instagram the other day, and Rebecca Clow actually commented to say how neat this was, which I was really happy with. I'm a beginner knitter, and this is actually my first ever garment, so yeah, I'm well chuffed with that, especially to hear from the designer herself that this was neat. Yeah, it's given me a boost of confidence in what I'm doing. So obviously the progress so far, I have done the ribbing for the neckline, and then I went on to do German short rows. Now the German short rows helps to increase the back of the t-shirt, which you can see by how I'm holding it. So the back is slightly longer than the front, which makes the neckline sort of sit the way it is. So you can see the raglan increases down here, and that's where you make one right, make one left. Obviously any advanced knitter would know that, but because I'm a beginner, I'm showing my progress. Yeah, what is that here? Ah, just by showing this on camera, I've noticed something here where I've messed up on. I think I've done like a pearl stitch where it should have been a knit stitch. I have no idea how that happened, but you can just see a slight imperfection there. Never mind. Anyway, and just on this side, if I show you where I've done the ribbing, I did actually mess up on like a little section along here. Yeah, if I show you here, so you can see where the ribbing is, and then from here you can see where I've maybe purled instead of knit stitched. But yeah, that was just a slight mistake in the ribbing, and from then on it's been plain sailing really. As a beginner, I can really recommend the pattern. One thing that I did have to look up was a make one right, make one left, how to do German short rows, but simple YouTube tutorial and away you go really. As long as you know how to cast on, simple knit stitches, purl stitches. Yeah, highly recommend the pattern, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm on that part of the pattern where it's like a 2 pattern repeat, where you knit all the way round and then you do your like raglan increases on the next round. So yeah, that's where I'm up to at the moment, and then I'll be getting on to the next part of the pattern, which I haven't really looked at yet, but when I get there, you know, I'll tackle that portion of the pattern. But yeah, I'll get on with that and I'll see you in a bit. So that was the door, and I ordered this yesterday. That was very quick. So I made an order, another order on the Wool Warehouse website. So yeah, I literally ordered this yesterday lunchtime and it's arrived today. Hang on, I need to sort the kids out. And then I might open this with you in a bit. Okay, sort the kids out and it's a bit quieter. So this is the delivery. Let's open it. So a little note to make about this order. I know it's on the Wool Warehouse and you're probably thinking, you don't need any more yarn. You've just been to a yarn show and spent hundreds on yarn. Anyway, I went on the Wool Warehouse website and because I'm starting the Tolsta tea, I needed a specific needle, like an interchangeable needle of a 3.5mm. The only one I had in my set was plastic. Now I wanted a metal one. And also one thing I come across was that when I went up a needle size, obviously because they were interchangeable and the previous size that I was using was like a fixed circular, I didn't have a small enough cable to sort of continue with it. Now, luckily, now I've sort of done my increases, it fits quite happily on the circular knitting needles. However, when I'm next at that stage in this sort of pattern again, I will need like a shorter cable. So this is more for future use. It's sorted itself out now. So I purchased my needle, my cable, and then I just had little borrows of the yarn, obviously. Now I've seen the litmus cowl and I'd like to make that. However, it's done in 4-ply and I looked at the Yarnsmith's merino in 4-ply and they didn't really have a huge range of colours and they only come in 100-gram like skeins. So I was thinking of maybe doing a version in DK weight, sort of making a slightly chunkier cowl, and they do merino in DK and they're only 50-gram balls. So my thinking was I can get like a few shades of blue with a contrast in grey and kind of knit them up as a nice and easy knitting project. So that's kind of what's in my order. So yeah, I'll go through them. So this is the first one. It says accessories enclosed. So I'm guessing that might be the needles. Okay, yeah, so here we have the Knit Pro Nova Metal interchangeable needle on a 3.5mm. Now, most of the other ones I have in my set are Knit Pro, so that will just go onto any of the Knit Pro sort of cables that I have. So yeah, I got a 3.5mm interchangeable needles. And then when I was doing my socks, I only had the 2.75mm DPNs. Now I purchased 2.5 because that is what I was knitting on with the 9-inch circulars. And I think these are slightly shorter. So anyway, they were fairly inexpensive. So I purchased some of these for when I get my sock mojo back, because in last week's video, you would have seen my sock fail. And if you haven't seen that, go back to last week's weekly craft and vlog and you'll see what I mean. More accessories enclosed. Okay, so this is the Knit Pro 40cm cable, basically. So I needed one that was slightly smaller, and this was the smallest they did, so I purchased that. So that was the accessories. Now for the yarn. So this is the yarn. It's a bit of a mixture in there. Yeah, I've got a few projects worth in here. Okay, so first I'll start with the DK litmus cowl that I have in mind. These are the blues that I chose. So they're looking nicer on camera, sort of slightly muted, although in real life they're a bit more brighter. Yeah, they do look really muted on camera. Anyway, these are the blues that I purchased. So each ball has 50 grams in them. If I just show you one, I have previously purchased some of these before, and it's the Yarnsmith's Merino DK. It's 100% merino wool. So this one is shade 3258, dye lot number 1. These recently come out a few months back, I think. And yeah, I purchased a selection of blues that I liked, or, you know, like teal sort of colours. and this is what I've chosen. So the litmus cowl, for anyone who doesn't know, I'll put a picture up here. Now the original pattern is done in 4-ply, and I thought I could make a DK version because all it is a long knitted tube is basically what it is. So I guess you could substitute with any yarn weight and you can make it as long as you want, really. It's designed to wrap around a few times, and I believe it's quite a long cowl at the end of it. So these were the blues that I purchased for that, and in between those blues I've purchased this colour. Now it looks quite brown. It's actually on the website labelled as anthracite grey. It looks brown. Let me know in the comments below, what colour do you think this looks like? I'll just show you one. So it's in the shade 3002, and yeah, it does look brown. Yeah, it looks nothing like anthracite grey. It's almost like a chocolatey colour. So yeah, I'll hold them together. So I've only got 2 of the blues, but my idea was to do like a stripe in one blue, a stripe of this anthracite grey, a stripe of another blue, and then the anthracite grey again. So I hope it works. I'm not sure if I don't know, do I like the colour? In certain lights it looks like a purpley brown. It's definitely not a grey. Could I work with that? I'm not sure. I might look on the Wool Warehouse website and just see what the returns policy is like. Obviously you can return it. Sometimes I just don't like the hassle. But yeah, I've got 4 of these, which makes up 200 grams because they're 50 grams each. So yeah, I just purchased these as a nice, like, easy knitting project to have on the go. And I have wanted to do the litmus cowl. I don't necessarily want to use expensive hand-dyed yarn because I want to do many different colours, and this is probably a more cost-effective way of doing it. And then next in here, I purchased 3 skeins of the merino sock. So I'll show you one. This is Yarn Smith's merino sock superwash, and it is 75% merino wool, 25% nylon. So it's the typical sock makeup, and yeah, it's shade 2K004, dye lot number 1. So this is like a heathered sort of grey. Now I bought 3 of these. If I move over to the side, I'll put a picture of the t-shirt that I have in mind. This is the Surrey shirt, and I didn't actually buy anything in the East Anglian Yarn Festival for that one. I did buy enough skeins of yarn for 3 t-shirts that were on my list, but I didn't buy anything for that particular one. At least I don't think. I can't remember now. But I wanted a grey t-shirt, and the original sort of pattern design is in like a grey colour. So I purchased a very similar grey to make that one. And yeah, this is just 4-ply merino sock. Yeah, it's basically 4-ply. And then the last thing I purchased were 2 skeins of, again, the merino sock, but this time it's in like a navy blue. It's coming up a bit dark on camera, but yeah, it's a navy blue. So I bought 2 of these to use in. So this is to be used for the main colour in the, what is it called? The lightwood cowl? Let me check. So yeah, these 2 skeins of yarn is to be used as the main colour in the lightwood cowl by Jennifer Steingass. So this pattern requires 2 skeins of 4-ply in the main colour, and then it requires 1 skein of 4-ply in like a contrast colour. So where you see the colourwork detailing is the contrast colour. So I've got plenty of single skeins of 4-ply. I could use any one of them because I tend to go for, you know, quite fun colours when it comes to single skeins of yarn. And yeah, as I said, I can use any one of them from my stash to use for the lightwood cowl. So yeah, I purchased 3 projects worth from the Wool Warehouse. So these will make 2 projects, a t-shirt and then a main colour for the cowl. And then all of these colours to make a DK weight litmus cowl. I do also have another package. Now, that is also from the Wool Warehouse, and this was a planned purchase, and I did speak about it in last week's video. So they're balls of yarn for my son's Minecraft blanket, which was a planned purchase. I didn't have any of the colours in my stash for that, and yeah, I spoke about it in last week's weekly crafting vlog. I don't think I need to show them to you now. I'm sure I'll be showing you when I come to crocheting the blanket up. So anyway, I've got more yarn to put away. Okay, so it's the next day and I have opened the yarn that I got for my son's Minecraft blanket. So yeah, now I've got this, I can start crocheting them up. Okay, so I've started my first square. I have decided to do a little project vlog on this one actually, so stay tuned for that. It might not be anytime soon because it is a big blanket. Yeah, if that's a video that you want to watch and you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe so you know when I bring that out. Obviously it's not going to be anytime soon because I need to make all the squares, join them together and then edit the video. So that will be a future video, just not in the next couple of weeks, probably months. We'll see how quickly I get this done, I guess. And that is a third round done. So a little update on the Minecraft blanket. I have done, is there 6? Yeah, I've done 6 squares so far with another one nearly complete. And yeah, I haven't done a lot more on my knitting. I actually spent most of my time yesterday doing Minecraft Lego. It is still half term, so yeah, I haven't done my podcast yet.
I'll show you my Minecraft Lego.
Anyway, I haven't been able to do my podcast this week because I got a little someone with me, haven't I? But you're still getting the weekly crafting vlogs. So
I am having a PJ day tonight.
Yeah, you've
Crafting
requested
vlog.
a PJ day. It's not been like that every day, trust me. So yeah, anyway, I've got 6...
Do you want to see Minecraft, Steve? You camera?
Anyway,
And my little baby.
I've got 6 squares done. And yeah, as I said, I'm currently working on another one.
Here's little baby. Here's Minecraft Steve.
just filmed my podcast, finally. It was a week late, but you know, life gets in the way. It's been half term, what can I say? But I have got craft group tonight, which is nice, somewhere where I get to just craft without kids. So really looking forward to that. And yeah, I might take this along with me, do some more squares, or yeah, I'll take my Tolsta tea as well, because I'm at the point where I can do just simple mindless knitting. Currently doing a granny square. I filmed a tutorial on this the other day and I thought it would be helpful for beginners, but I did make it to go alongside a project vlog that I'm making, because I'm recording the process on the Minecraft blanket, as I think I mentioned the other day actually. But yeah, anyway, I better get on with cooking tea. So it's the next day. I did take this to craft group last night and I joined a new ball on last night. So I've got some ends sort of straggling away in there. But yeah, I'm currently on the last row of like a pattern repeat, and then I need to refer back to the pattern to see what's next for the Tolsta tea. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, as I said before, and yeah, it's working up quite well. I just wanted to share something that I got in the post. So I got these stitch markers, thought it was packaged really nicely. So let me show you. It comes in a really cute tin. And yeah, they're, oh, hang on. Yeah, I'll show you like this. This is probably better. Yeah, these are from a store on Etsy called Candy Skull Crafts. And I purchased these. I thought they were really cute. They're just round stitch markers. I did get a few as a gift from the East Anglian Yarn Festival with like a blue bead on there. But I saw these and they had a bunch of pinks and I thought they looked really cute. So yeah, I just purchased them. I think they're about £7, but just thought I'd show you. So yeah, it's something that I needed because I only had 2 of the blue ones. But yeah, it comes in this really cute tin. And oh, stitch markers. I could actually add a few more in there as well, just to keep them all together. But anyway, as I said, I'm on the last round of the pattern repeat for the Tolsta tea. So yeah, I'll refer back to the pattern and get some more progress done on that. I have also packaged up the yarn that I got from the wool warehouse, the merino DK in anthracite grey. So I'm sending that back, and I've put a little message in there to exchange with the black colour in exactly the same yarn. So if anything, on the Wool Warehouse website it's actually cheaper. It's £2.99 a ball, and I purchased it when it was £3.25, so not a lot in it, but yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, and I'll hopefully get that posted today.
It's a log, Molly.
Okay, so I'm back home from our walk. I had such a lovely time, and I've treated myself to a glass of wine. So I just wanted to come on to sign off the weekly crafting vlog, and yeah, if you enjoyed what you watched, please consider liking and subscribing. That really does help my channel. And yeah, I will see you next week for another weekly crafting vlog. Bye.